though? Is it?
Do aphids spread? Well, so
What
they,
little bugs? I see.
yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
yeah, so they definitely have plants that they prefer, that they will like kind of go to and attack, and you can tell usually that there's aphid problems because like for these you can see, you know, the leaves are curling like this. Like this is a kind of classic like aphid, like, you know, even though I'm not seeing a ton of aphids on here, like this is damage from aphids, like where they've sucked the actual leaf, and then the leaf will start to curl. So it's like, you can sometimes come back from this, but it's difficult. So I might replant.
Do they fly?
Some of them fly. These ones don't, I don't think. I don't think this is the flying variety. Aphids are soft-bodied and they have live babies, and they'll have like, you know, lots of successions of live babies. And so kind of the way that you can start to get a handle on them is trying to like either squish them, physically squish them because they're soft-bodied, or what I tried was a mixture of like soap and cayenne and some essential oils as a spray. The thing is though, they really like to get underneath the leaves, and so it's really hard to douse the whole thing, right? So once you have them, it can be kind of difficult to get rid of them. So mostly I just moved all the aphid infested ones outside, and you might have noticed already some ants hanging out. So as soon as like ants realize that there are aphids around, they will start to farm the aphids because they use the aphids for food. And so they will keep the aphid population in check to a certain degree, but they're not going to get rid of the aphids because they'll use the aphids. So ants are like not super helpful in this situation, in that, you know, they won't like help me totally get rid of the aphids, but they will kind of knock back the population a bit by eating them. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Turn the whole ecosystem. Just
Yeah.
leave it alone, they'll be all in there. But so then what does that mean? You just can't use them. What do you do
Who
with
else
them?
eats the aphids?
Ladybugs.
Okay.
Yeah, ladybugs will eat aphids. It's like a little bit early in the season for ladybugs because it's been getting so cold, you know,
Yeah.
so that's part of it. So sometimes these situations will take care of themselves. Nettles actually gets aphids a decent amount. I think like
Yeah,
you and
yeah,
Jessica had
yeah.
them one year on your nettles, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon to see nettles or to see aphids on lots of different plants. But yeah, once they start to kind of like do this kind of like leaf, you know, curling, this kind of stuff, like it can be hard for the plants to bounce back from that.
So they'll just die. They're gonna die.
I think we're gonna start a new tray of these. Yeah, these ones I feel like these ones can bounce back at this point. Like they're starting to regain some of their green, and you can see that the new leaves are actually looking pretty decent.
They look like they're standing taller than these. I mean, that might be just like kind of posture,
Yeah.
I suppose, but like how they carry themselves.
Yeah. The other
But
thing
I
is,
don't
like,
think they look like they have a little bit more strength in their
Yeah.
spines.
they're doing okay. Yeah. So I think what we might do is plant these calendula, and then in a different bed plant calendula by seed. So we'll kind of have two successions of them, right? Which is not a bad thing anyways.
Right.
And we'll just see how they do, but we'll kind of keep them away from the new seedlings that we're going to plant directly into the ground. The sesame, I think we'll just start another batch of them. I think we have more seeds. If we don't, then I'll order some more seeds. I'm not going to kill them immediately. I'm just going to kind of watch them.
What do you mean you're not gonna kill them? How are you gonna kill them?
Well, like I would dump them out if I like didn't want them anymore, you know.
Get rid of them.
But I don't want them holding a lot of aphids that then spread to a bunch of other plants, right?
Yeah.
So like out here, these plants have all been the ones that the aphids have been going after. So to a certain extent, I've kind of quarantined them out here. And you know, it's been going into the freezing the last couple nights, and I've just shut the top and been like, if you
Whatever
survive, you
happens,
survive. Yeah. And the calendula is surviving. Right? The sesame does not prefer that cold weather.
Yeah.
And so it's been a little harder on the sesame. So like not only do they have the aphid pressure, but they also have the cold pressure. Whereas these two plants can handle it a bit more.
If
That's
they
also
survive-
part of what's happening.
If they survive, they'll make the food will be so good.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
amazing.
That's kind of how I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Like maybe this will kill some of the aphids because they also don't like freezing. But like if the plants survive through that, like they'll be fine. Like they'll do something. So yeah, that's kind of where
So
we are.
once we plant them, do we need to spray them again with the spray that you made with pepper and?
Hopefully
or just
not.
leave 'em?
Hopefully not, yeah. So one of the things that we might do if we still see aphids on them when we're planting them, for all the seedlings that we put in the ground, we always dunk their roots into a ferment tea or a fertilizer tea. What we could also do is at the same time like dump the top into like a soap solution, right? And like kind of dump the whole thing into a soap solution on the top to see if like we can knock the aphids off as we're planting them. We'll see. I don't know.